America is in a race to dissolve its own constitution. Canada is in a race to remove God. After a Mike in the Night we did, took out a small clip of a video, and somebody asked me a very interesting question. They asked me, hey, if deportations start happening in the United States and the United States starts deporting illegals, will Canada take them in? Well, here's the thing with that. That's a very interesting question. Canada's government's wet dream is to get in as many migrants as humanly possible, not immigrants. All right, let's clarify that. In 1993, Canada closed immigration to Europeans, making it almost impossible for Europeans to come to Canada. In reference to a video we made back in 2015, they built it, but they can't come. Referencing that the Europeans built all the infrastructure in Canada, the highways, the sewering system, the water, everything you see in Canada is pretty much predominantly built by European expansion over the last 20, 30, 40, 60, 70 years. But in 93, the Canadian government started to notice that this more and more of predominant Catholic Christian presence that was, where Europeans were leaving the oppression in Europe to come to Canada to build a life for their families. But in 93, they noticed that the Catholics were getting too big. And the Christians were getting too big. So they closed immigration in 93, making it almost impossible for Europeans to come into Canada after 93. Now, Canada is in desperate need to get as many migrants here as possible to basically destroy Canada. Now, it's kind of interesting. Okay, migrants in America want to seek asylum. They're going to look for Canada, right? If they're going to be mass deportations. Mind you, Canada deported scores of Portuguese back in 2007 and 8. 47,000 Portuguese were deported in 2 years and put on planes and kicked out of the country that were in Canada on a path to citizenship. And they had went through the books, and they had children born here, and they were still deported back to Portugal back in 07, 08, right? So will Canada take in? I think Canada will have a selective system, non-Christian, non-Catholic migrants will be allowed into Canada. I think that's what they're going to do. That's my answer to your question. I think they're working towards dissolving more of Canada as humanly possible, making it impossible for us to even live here and work 4 or 5 jobs and still can't afford to buy food. We told you this was coming a decade past ago. Now, all these new influencers, controlled information distribution, have made this awesome discovery that we've been warning you already for over a decade. But now it's here. We're here now, folks. Will America? Well, it looks like, for me, Canada would want more migration to come in. But maybe not if they're predominantly Catholic or Christian, coming from Central and South American countries. I think Canada won't take Christian or Catholics in. I think Canada would take in everything else. And that's what has happened since 1993. We built the infrastructure, and now we are being shown the door, or being deported, or they're killing us off, or they're doing whatever they can to get rid of us, right? Trust the science, remember that? Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What would Canada do? Would they take in Canada's wet dream is to get as many migrants in here as possible, and to ramp up the destruction of the country. I could see that. This current administration, even the next administration, that's their job, is to destroy what the idea of Canada was. So I want to know from you guys. I really want to know. Will Canada take in Christian or Catholic migrants into Canada? Would they take them in, right? If there is a mass deportation. Guys, don't forget to watch my video about tips on how to deport illegals if you're in America. I got great tips for you guys, and you're taking out of a page out of the Canadian playbook on how to deport. And all you have to say, well, Canada did it in 07 and 08. We're going to do it now. And you could clear your country out almost instantaneously. In 6 months to a year, the problem will be solved. And then I'll make another follow-up video for you guys on how to remove people that are there long enough. I'll teach you guys how to do that, and that happened to me when I went to the States, and I'll teach you guys step-by-step process on how they remove people that they just don't want in the country, and I'll do a video on that too. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Will Canada take in migrants? if America starts mass deportation? Let me know in the comments below. And you guys know my theory on this going back to 2019. I believe something's going to happen to Donald Trump from August through September. I found that video. Thanks for sending me that video. August through September, something's going to happen to Donald Trump. It's going to be the build up to the next plethora, or the next paradigm shift that we've been talking about. And I still wholeheartedly believe there's going to be no 2024 election, and they're going to do whatever they can. And I've been prophesizing that with the last president theory back in 2018, 2019. We've been talking about no election in the States in 2024 because they just can't have one, because the people will never get what they want. And that's why they're racing to destroy the Constitution of America and dissolve it, and basically put it in the hands of politicians that don't care about you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.